Hey folks, welcome to the Final Family Podcast where we talk about this week's nerdiest news. I'm Matt Castle.
And I'm Jessica Castle.
And this week we're going to cover some news about the Pope. He came to the United States. I guess it's not particularly nerdy, but it's interesting to me. Mm-hmm. We're going to talk about a horrible atrocity that may or may not be visited upon the Star Wars trilogy, the new Star Wars trilogy. Yeah. And they found fucking water on Mars, baby. Mm-hmm. It's some of the coolest shit I've heard of in my fucking life. I did see a really funny meme about this though, where it was the Martian Manhunter like camping on Mars and peeing like in the night, and that's what they found is liquid water because it's very briny and dirty, is what they actually said. So maybe it's just the Martian Manhunter peeing. Yeah. So that TV came back on this week. I know that sounds ridiculous. I'm sorry. The TV shows that was fall TV happened this week. Yeah. So we're going to talk about some of the new shows and some of our old shows, and
some new old
shows, which never got better. We found an article this week about how gaming could plausibly be good for you. And then I finished the single player campaign of The Taken King, Destiny, The Taken King. And we're going to talk about that real briefly and, how it wasn't a good cost to entertainment ratio. Because that's the most important bit to me. It's the cost to entertainment ratio.
Yeah, that's kind of your whole review right there.
Yeah. Anyway, so the Pope came to Philly, and he came to New York, and he came to D.C. I think he stopped in D.C. first, and then it was Philadelphia, and then New York. I mean, that makes sense, like travel path-wise. He found, in D.C., he talked to Congress about global warming and how abortion is bad and how gay marriage is bad. So he managed to piss off basically everybody. Or maybe not.
I just have to say, none of that is surprising to me.
No. I mean, yeah.
Yeah, the Pope is going to say abortion is bad and gay marriage is bad, even if he's a cool Pope. Even if he's a cool Pope.
And I'm not gonna lie. Yeah. I think that this particular Pope is doing a great deal to improve the image of Christianity with his focus on service and serving the poor and needy. I think he's doing a lot for the Christian community as a representative, as what I would think of as a true representative of what Christianity should be. Yeah. Is a service type thing as opposed to an academic type thing. Well, the
other popes in our lifetime, they've all come from kind of the research theology branch.
Right. And that's what
and then he's been in the trenches on the streets, and so he's, as grounded as the Pope can be.
Well, at least his experience is in service and not in academia. Yeah. And that's And I'm sure he's got I'm sure he's got a substantial academic background as well. Oh, yeah. But generally speaking, it seems like his passions, his call to service is indeed service, as opposed to furthering the knowledge base of Christianity, which I'm not really sure we can further more. I don't know. I'm confused by theology. It makes me confused to get that deep in the details. But yeah. So, it's been apparently a really good visit. He's found the baby Pope. And kissed the baby Pope. They made him laugh. In Philly.
That's kind of all the news I've followed is just all the cute pictures of the Pope kissing the babies.
He kissed a lot of babies, man. A lot of babies. He's gonna come back with some kind of fucking horrible. You remember with that first week you taught high school? Imagine that, but across 3 fucking cities, 3 big cities. He has kissed as many babies as you've probably seen children in your entire life.
It's a lot of babies.
In 4 days.
It's a lot of babies.
That's nasty. I feel like he should have some.
If it was toddlers or preschoolers, yes, but babies tend to be pretty.
Oh man,
clean.
If I was the Pope, I would have some the plastic lips, like Poison Ivy uses. Yeah.
You're a dork.
We've been watching a lot of Batman the animated series with the kids, which is probably questionable.
Yeah, I'm not comfortable with it.
She was okay up until the Two-Face episode. And then she was like, "Why did he turn ugly, Daddy?" And that got very complicated very rapidly. It was a good time. Fortunately, I think nap time is like immediately after that, so I got out of it.
Yeah.
So in other news, in bad news, or maybe, you know what, let's just cover the good news first.
Okay.
They found liquid water on Mars. I know I already
See,
said it's so cool to me. Like,
but
it's so
see,
neat.
like they were like they found water on Mars, and immediately in my head it's like Doctor Who, don't touch the water.
I don't think I remember that episode.
Where it like it possesses people and they start like killing each other. And
Don't remember that.
it's from the like first man.
It sounds like Venom, or something. Like a like a rehashing of Venom, the Venom story.
More
because
like,
I think they go to the moon to get Venom.
Yeah, think more along the lines of like The Thing. But
I've never seen that movie.
Really?
Never once seen that movie.
We need to watch it.
Probably.
But more along the lines of The Thing, but on Mars instead of the Arctic.
Yeah. So I mean, it looked like the concept that there is flowing water on Mars, that could mean life on Mars, like legitimately right now.
Yeah,
I mean, not maybe little green men.
Maybe it was a picture of a squirrel on Mars.
What?
A few weeks ago,
I missed this.
There was okay. So it's been through the whole rover trip.
Okay.
But like, there was a big thing about like there's a squirrel on Mars because it took a picture of a rock that looks kind of
vaguely
like a squirrel.
shaped like a squirrel.
So everyone's like, "There's a squirrel." So maybe there are Martian squirrels.
Well, I mean, in my mind, it's probably like, amoeba, fucking like single-celled organelle, It's just it's like this is where we were at when when Earth started. Probably this is where Mars is. Yeah, like that. It's really cool to me that could plausibly be a thing. Just I don't know. Like, and I'll thank you, Jodie Foster. Thank you, Jodie Foster. She was in Contact.
Oh, okay.
And
I've never seen that.
It's a good movie. Okay. Actually, but like one of the things, like my father always told me, it's an awful lot of space to waste. If there's no other life out in the universe, there's an awful lot of wasted space out there. And I agree. Like, I really want there to be aliens. Will we probably kill them? Yeah.
Or
we'll probably try to kill them. It'll be a violent conflict, I'm pretty sure.
It'll be like when any race comes in contact with another race from a different place, and it'll be diseases. Yeah. They'll die from the common cold, and we'll die from their version of the common cold.
Good times.
Yeah. Woohoo. Both planets of
well, in
out.
In a lot of these cases, like at least one society survives. I mean, the white people survive the Indians, or Native Americans mostly.
Well, that's because there were still some in Europe.
Native Americans? Oh, okay.
No, the white people.
I'm sorry,
there were still white people.
Well, I mean,
in Europe.
If we find them
while we waited,
if we find them if we find the Martians on the moon, then we will be safe, right? Like, is that? Either way, Native Americans are still around. I know. I mean, I wouldn't exactly call them thriving. Then again, I wouldn't also call our government's policy on Native Americans particularly helpful to their,
livelihood,
continued existence.
Yeah.
That's the good news, and that was the good news. I don't know. I think it's really neat. They'd previously found ice on Mars, which I was super excited about then too, because they actually found ice caps on the north and south poles of Mars. But the running water thing, I mean, it's fucking cold there, right? Yeah. It's fucking and it's so. I think maybe I find it extra neat because I'm reading The Martian right now. That's why. Which I'm like, this would make Mara Watney's whole experience so much easier. You just have to dig down a couple feet and it'd be done. What the fuck is he doing? Keeping his pee in a baggie and his shit in another baggie.
So you've gotten to that part then?
Yeah, no, I would fucking die on Mars, no doubt.
Yeah.
I would definitely blow myself up, but I would probably do it on purpose because if I'm going out with a bang.
Yeah.
Literally. Yeah. So now for the bad space news. It's very grim. It's a grim rumor.
But it's not a very.
It's unconfirmed.
Reliable. Everyone is very skeptical about this.
There's rumors that Hayden Christensen also known as Mannequin Skywalker, has been tapped to reprise, I guess, is that the right word? Reprise his role as Darth Vader. Now, I have multiple problems with this. Okay, the Mannequin Skywalker bit doesn't matter because he'll be in a fucking suit.
Yeah.
Right? Because if he's Darth Vader, he's in a suit.
My problem
is
James
that
Earl
why
Jones is still alive.
Yeah,
why, you know.
And my bigger problem is that Darth Vader's dead, man. Fucking Darth Vader is fucking dead.
Okay, so the things I've read said that they think if he appears in the new trilogy, it's going to be a flashback kind of Ghost Vader. So he could actually appear as Anakin.
I was going to say, but they've set a precedent for him to appear as Anakin and not Vader.
The second part of the rumor part B, is that he has been confirmed to be in a small role in some capacity in Rogue One.
Right.
So they're saying that he may not be...
As long as it's like the pilot that blows up 2 seconds into the movie, I'm good. No speaking. I think Hayden Christensen's that bad.
Okay. Well, he's going to speak. If they're bringing him in as Vader, he's going to he's going to speak and he's going to have a scene. Anyway.
Oh, you say as Vader in Rogue One.
Yes.
I thought you meant like as another role in Rogue One.
Why would they do that?
I don't fucking know because he's cheap now because he hasn't done shit since then.
Okay. Anyway. So the rumor is that while he has been seen on the set, he may not be filming. He may just be training with the stuntmen and
so he can have some practice for
so he's like getting in shape for his next role.
I wonder if they'll,
because they're apparently gonna start, if they haven't already,
I wonder if they're gonna
principal photography soon.
Put Kanan in Rogue One.
It would be awesome, but I doubt it.
Or maybe grown up Ezra. Be sweet.
Maybe.
That would be super sweet. I mean, let's be real. If there's any Jedi that's going to die out of the Rebels crew,
it's going to be Kanan.
It's going to be Kanan.
Yeah.
100%.
Kanan's totally going to
Ezra's going to live, and Ahsoka is going to finish his training.
Yeah.
Like, that's how that has to happen. Are you listening to me? Filoni, or whatever the fuck your name is? I can't remember. It's something very close to that. I'm probably pronouncing it very badly.
Probably.
Ezra can't die. Ahsoka should be in the fucking 7th episode. Okay? Like,
she should be.
I so desperately want live action Ahsoka. Like, I do. I have a feeling it would look very bad because we haven't really had a lot of whatever race Ahsoka is in the movies.
I think we've had enough that the makeup stands
The
up.
thing is that like an action role. An action role. That's the problem. I don't know. They've done Twi'lek really well, and it's pretty much the same like flappy appendage conundrum, right? Like So maybe I don't know.
Yeah.
God, I hope he's not like. Vader does not cry. No, that's no. George Lucas should be kicked in the dick right for that. Just that one line is worse than the entirety of the existence of midichlorians.
No.
Yeah, no, it is totally.
No.
Yep.
Nope.
All right. Now the stuff we can agree on. TV.
Woo.
Actually, I think we agree on TV mostly.
Yeah, I think.
All right, so we watched. Let's see. So the new stuff, we watched the Muppets. That premiered last week. Scream Queens premiered last week with Jamie Lee Curtis. Which is pretty much the big draw for me. Plus I love Jamie Lee Curtis. I think she's really funny. And in the 80s, she's probably the first naked woman I ever saw. Like in Trading Places, that woman has got some fucking great tits. Like I'm just saying, or had anyway. And she's still a fabulous actress, though.
I was about to say she's held up very well.
Yeah, I mean she may still have great tits, but I don't think she's gonna show them to anybody anytime soon.
Yeah. Certainly not on a Fox Network show.
And so that kind of ends our new shows.
Yeah.
We also watched Heroes Reborn, which is a new old show.
Yeah.
Which has changed very little.
Okay, well
sorry. Okay, and of course we watched Last Man on Earth and Gotham. We'll do Gotham this week. I think we're kind of thinking about doing a separate show for all the comic stuff because.
Once everything kicks on,
I put together a spreadsheet and we watched like 12 shows and 8 of them are comic book shows.
Yeah.
So I think we're going to try and do like a Friday or, hopefully get it out on Friday and have all of the comic book content in one place.
Otherwise, these are going to be like
so
3
long.
hours long.
So yeah, we're going to keep it to like Muppets, Scream Queens, Last Man on Earth, and I think there's a couple other shows that we have.
Like just random.
That are going to, actually I can pull up the little spreadsheet right here. Right here. Last Man on Earth, we're only waiting for Sleepy Hollow to come back on, and that comes back on this week. So we will be filled out on our normal stuff after this week. So next week, we'll hear about all the regularly scheduled things.
Yep.
We may still do we'll probably still do Gotham.
Anyway.
Maybe. I'm sorry. Yeah.
We'll figure it.
Anyway, there we go. So, let's just start with the Muppets, right? It's basically The Office meets The Muppet Show meets fucking, I don't know, 30 Rock. Yeah, which I never really watched 30 Rock.
Yeah.
But I've watched everything else. It was kind of meh for me. Like, I didn't really laugh out loud. There were a couple of good snickers in there, but, like, it wasn't great, man. Like,
well,
I guess I'm just looking for, like, when I watch Muppets, I just kind of want something a little more slapsticky and nostalgic than I want, like, legit comedy, like, and it's a contextual thing, I think.
Well, the thing is, like, if you look at the good Muppet movies, because there's been a lot of bad. If you look at the good Muppet movies and the original Muppet Show, like, it was just sketch comedy.
Yeah, it's a lot of sketch comedy. And like, there's a lot of veiled humor, too.
And what they've done with this is it's just very derivative of all the other popular sitcoms.
Yeah. Basically, it's almost, it's not even a spoof of the other sitcoms. Yeah. It's not mocking it, really. It's just a straight, like, it's Muppets. If there were Muppets on The Office, it would be exactly like this show, which is not great, I don't think. I mean, it was good enough that we'll definitely give it another shot because I mean, it's the Muppets, and but I feel like Jim Henson would probably be like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah.
I mean, not super good, unfortunately. Like, it's one of those things, and I harp on this a lot about the TV that I like the most. Mm-hmm. The Muppets should just be fun to watch. Yeah. And I don't really want to have to think about them. It's one of the major reasons I love. I don't want to deal with jokes about fucking what's going on in the country right now or whatever. Yeah. Like, I just want to laugh at some silly shit, right? Yeah. Like, that's kind of what I want out of Muppets specifically, but largely television in general.
My thing is, like,
but, like, I don't like the melodrama kind of thing, right?
Yeah,
like the melodrama angle is where I'm at with it.
The whole, like, Piggy and Kermit
breakup thing
and all that.
It got, like, way too emotional, way too quick. Like, we didn't have that. I mean, I know it's silly to do character building because they're fucking characters we've known for, like, 40 years now. Yeah. Like, and but at the same time, like, we don't know them in this context. Like, they didn't really talk about how Piggy got a late night show. Yeah. I mean, they did a little bit, but not, like, how it managed to actually become successful because she was doing really poorly, and then all of a sudden she's on a late night show and super popular. I particularly didn't like the Fozzie stuff, like, where he's, like, trying to impress the parents, and they're, like, weirdly racist, I guess speciesist. I don't know. Yeah. Like, that's one of the jokes I like, dealing with racism. Yeah, I don't want to. Yeah. I'm watching TV because I don't want to watch the news. Yeah. Like, but yeah, overall, I mean, it wasn't bad, but it was by no means good, I think. Yeah. In the same place as me.
I'm gonna give it a couple of more episodes. Oh yeah, I mean, for sure.
I think probably make it through the hiatus. Through the hiatus for sure. Like, unless it just takes, like, some fucking horrible turn. Yeah. Which I don't imagine it will, but my prediction is meh for the rest of the season, kind of.
What I found hilarious is I was reading reviews of it because that's what I do.
She watches TV and then reads other people's reviews.
but like it was a very polarizing show in the reviews I read. Everyone either loved it or hated it. And it was so funny because I read a really pretty, rake over the coals bad review, and then I read a gushing wonderful review, and they were both
for the same reasons.
They were both like referencing the same jokes even.
Yeah.
Oh, I remember the one like really funny line was like when Imagine Dragons was trying to get Animal to go on the road with him, and he's like, no, too many women, too many towns, or what. Like, that was the funniest scene. That was the funniest joke, because Animal's the funniest.
I did like the line, my life is a bacon wrapped hell. I thought that was particularly funny. But I'm glad it wasn't also in reference to his new girlfriend.
Yeah.
Like, I'm glad it was just in reference to Piggy as opposed to, man, women are difficult, kind of. Like, because that's a played out, stupid ass joke. Whereas this joke was, Piggy's fucking difficult and she's my boss.
Yeah.
Kind of. Yeah. So that for me went over a lot better.
Yeah. So yeah, it was very middle of the road, not great, not terrible.
The Muppets in the past have bought us a lot of leeway. So
a lot of goodwill.
Like, there's a lot of goodwill. There's a lot they can do without making to make me, and I still will watch this shit.
Yeah.
On to Scream Queens. Okay, so basically,
it's American Horror Story meets Glee,
but funny, or at least attemptedly so.
Well, American Horror Story has funny moments, and Glee
but not the same kind of funny, is it?
Yeah.
I always got the after school special vibe off of Glee real bad.
It's supposed to be a comedy.
Okay. Anyway, to me, it's like a soft version of a Scary Movie.
Yeah.
Basically, but surrounded, based in a sorority. Yeah. I thought it was all right. Yeah. It was a 2-hour premiere. The first hour was a little weak.
I did not like it until the lawnmower scene, which is about halfway.
Yeah.
I was just I was checking my phone. I was not invested at all. And then it started getting, funny. And
I thought the pumpkin spice latte jokes were pretty funny, especially since I am a huge lover of pumpkin spice kind of everything. Yeah.
Yeah.
I am a white girl. Like, for reals.
Elbowing bitches out of the way to get to it.
Totes white girl. I did my long arm reach to get some, because they have pumpkin spice little creamers at work. I did the long arm reach to grab some this morning and make sure I got some, because I grab them before my coffee's done. I'm a bad person. Anyway, I mostly enjoyed it. I think I enjoyed it more than I enjoyed the Muppets, truthfully. At least the back half of the episode again was way better than the front end of the episode, and you kind of it was a very slow start. I think that's what it boiled down to. It was a slow start. It kind of but once it found its feet and basically, once the lawnmower scene hit and Jamie Lee Curtis slept with the fucking popular guy and made him feel like insignificant, I was pretty much all in, and I was like, Jamie Lee Curtis is a fucking boss, and she's definitely the killer. Because bitches be crazy.
Probably. I don't know. I think that's too red herring.
I don't know. But all those years she was the victim, and now she can be the killer. She's got the motive, she's got the ability to cover it up, she's got access to the costume.
But that's
it's a little. But the boyfriend is. I think the boyfriend is supposed to be the red herring. I think because all of the stuff they do, like they do the slow, they do the slow out on his face, and it's always like a stern look or whatever.
Like, I think we have met the killer yet, but we would not suspect yet.
But
everything's going to be red herrings for at least 2 or 3 episodes.
Yeah.
But anyway, the scene that I think I liked the most was between, what is his name, Chad?
Yeah.
And
Chad and the Jonas brother.
Boone?
Boone, yes.
Yeah. When he was like, I'm scared.
Can I get in bed with you?
He's like, don't touch my wiener.
Don't touch my wiener, dude. You did it last time.
Don't touch.
It was like a full 3-minute conversation about him touching his wiener, and I was like, I should not like this. I am a grown man who generally doesn't like wiener jokes, but this is hilarious.
But it was funny because like it was funny because they kept saying wiener, and wiener is just a funny word.
It is.
But I was also like, oh, he's a good friend. He's a douchebag of a boyfriend, but he's a good friend.
He is. He's a good friend. He's covering for his gay roommate friend, and
lets him cuddle with him as long as it doesn't touch his wiener.
So long as you don't touch my wiener.
Yeah. So that was like the wiener scene was my favorite scene.
It was a good time.
Yeah,
I thought that was funny shit, man.
It was. I actually the other scene that got a lot of news and stuff, I actually hated the texting death scene.
Oh, that was so boring and like, what the fuck? Yeah, like one of the girls is like texting with the killer as she's standing in front of him or her, and as she's getting stabbed, she's also still texting, ow, that hurts, please don't.
Yeah.
Like, I'm like, I know what you're saying. I get the joke. It's not funny. Like, this is poorly executed or something. I'm not really sure if it was like execution or like a serious lack of timing, or that the joke just wasn't that fucking funny.
I think a lot of it was timing. I think this scene went on too long. You know, like if she had just done like one, like, ow, what are you doing?
Yeah.
And then crawled to the computer for the Twitter.
Yeah.
You know, but there were like 2 or 3, like it just went on.
Yeah, like she texted back and forth with him like 5 fucking times as he stabbed her.
Yeah.
Like it was just stupid. Like
it went on too long.
Way too long. It did not land very well.
But I apparently am like on the other edge of the generation gap or something.
Yeah. Well,
I think what
we think all these goddamn kids are stupid now.
Well, no. I think what it is I'm too young to be fully invested in the Instagram, Twitter-ness. But I'm not old enough to be like, these kids and their technology. You know, so I'm like right in that gray
We're in the cusp.
area.
I saw that fucking meme with Bane. Like, I grew up in the internet.
Like, with the slow internet. You were born,
You were born at high speed. Yeah. I was like, yes, all the time. Like, I was talking to one of the younger girls at work.
I can't make the noise, but the sound of a modem, you know.
Oh, yeah, no, I'm not even going to try. I was talking to one of the young... I know it sounds bad. I was talking to one young girl at work, and she fucking loved it. She was like, this is the funniest shit I've seen all year. And I was like, I don't get it, mostly.
But I think that's what it is. Like, we're too young, or we're too old to be like, oh, that's funny.
Well, like, the taboos of our age are funny. Right? And the taboos of our age to people who are older than us are annoying. And so it's all the shit that, like, you know, is funny to the generation that's right after us.
Yeah.
Right after us. And it's kind of annoying to us.
Yeah.
It's not
like the men writing this are like older than us. So it's like, so they're like, those crazy kids, you know, and...
But I mean, like, and that, I think is probably why I commiserate with Jamie Lee Curtis so much, because she is like, you fucking kids, I burned my bra on this campus.
Yeah. I love where she was like, people don't talk like that. What do you do? People don't talk like that in the real world.
Yeah. That's good stuff.
Yeah.
So I mostly enjoyed Scream Queens. It's definitely getting another 3 or 4 episodes out of me for sure.
If it had
in fact, I think it's, as we're filming right now, I think it's on right now.
If the first episode had been all that they aired, I don't think I would have given it a second. I was really bored. I
really like the girl they cast as the protagonist. Like, I think she did a pretty good job.
She's very meh.
She's really pretty. Really pretty. And I don't know why, but in my mind, it's probably like the curly hairstyle that she has. I want her to be Rogue, like, so bad.
It's because of the hair.
It's the curly hair, I think. But, like, in my mind, like, you just give her some fucking, like, red streaks and a bandana, and she's Rogue. Like, done. Somebody needs to get on that shit. And not make the same mistake again with the... what's her face?
Speaking of Anna Paquin...
God help me.
She has confirmed that she's not going to be in the Gambit movie. She is not reprising her role as Rogue.
Thank Jesus.
Someone asked her on Twitter, and she was like, "No."
Finally, some good news. Anna Paquin's not going to act in a fucking comic book movie anymore. I'm on it. Like it. All right. So moving on.
Moving on.
Last Man on Earth. We actually just watched it 10 minutes ago.
I did not like this premiere.
I loved the first 10 minutes of it.
Yeah.
But it ended on a very serious note. Phil and Carol get separated, and it's a very down kind of thing.
Yeah.
The first episode of the show got dark for a second, but it was darkly hilarious at the same time. And this was just kind of sad. Phil is filled with despair, and there's nothing fucking funny that happens in the last few minutes. It's I think it's Mitch Hedberg. Mitch Hedberg said it. In comedy, you got to start strong and end strong to keep the crowd happy, right? You got to engage them at first, and then you can tell the shitty jokes in the middle. But you got to end on a high note to make them come back for more. And they did not do that on this episode.
No.
At all.
No.
So, yeah.
I don't know. I didn't even find it. Even the funny parts were not that funny to me. The whole, plane thing.
The B-52 thing? That was fucking hilarious. That's what I would do if I was in D.C.
And one thing, I think one thing is part of it. I found the green screen. The special effects,
it was super bad.
So distracting.
So bad.
Did you notice the green screen during the sex scene, too? That was
I did
weird. It's they green screen Phil's head on his... I don't know if there was, a body double, if he doesn't want to show his chest, which I'm pretty sure I've seen him...
No, he shows his chest in other scenes in this episode.
It looked like they green screened his head onto his body, and it was just weird.
Maybe they didn't, and it was just a weird visual effect of the lighting or something. I didn't notice that at all.
I also find all of their sex scenes not
really
funny
awkward and not funny. Yeah, it's just awkward and uncomfortable. Clearly they're awkward and uncomfortable, but it is just an awkward and uncomfortable thing to watch. So it's not super funny. Didn't land great. It's kind of been a week of meh, huh? Because it's not going to get better with Heroes Reborn.
Yeah. Let's save that for the end, since that's kind of the odd man out.
Is it?
Well, it's
the middle, I suppose. Yeah. Anyway.
So Gotham.
Woohoo!
Actually,
Gotham started weak, I think. Right? And then it ended pretty strong. I felt Gordon, Jim, decides he's gonna fucking get back on the force by any means necessary, which I feel is probably...
water. Yeah.
I feel that's a Jim Gordon thing to do. At least comic book Jim Gordon, right?
See, my thing with Jim Gordon is, they talk about, he's a good cop and he's a good cop. But I feel he's kind of a dirty, hairy good cop. He is not. He's a good man. He's not lawful good. We can only talk about this in D&D alignment, right? He's
not neutral good at best.
Yeah, because we've already seen
he is not lawful good. He wants good by any means necessary, just on the basis of him letting Batman exist in his city as a vigilante and not knowing who he is and being okay with not knowing who he is for years. The fact that Jim Gordon is currently Batman, basically, as a vigilante himself, I feel he's very much a Dirty Harry. That's a really good way to put it. He's a Dirty Harry, maybe not as violent as Dirty Harry. Well, no, I guess in this particular episode. But he goes and takes out a fucking mob boss for Penguin. Yeah. I feel that's maybe not something that Gordon would do, is to be indebted to a mob boss. But maybe. I just got done saying any means necessary, but I feel Jim maybe wouldn't, because he's forward thinking too at the same time, and that's kind of where I'm at with that, right? Jim would know that doing something for the Penguin would leave him heavily indebted to the Penguin, which would be not good. Yeah. But we'll see. It's probably the best, probably one of the best fucking episodes that they've had up to this point. I love the kid they've got cast as the Joker. He was cast as Joker before. Barbara was actually semi-interesting for once.
She was really interesting. I was yay! Barbara's got some.
But at the same time, it boggles my mind as to how they're going to. Why would Jim have a baby with her? Why would Jim name his daughter after her? I'm gonna assume it's gonna be a sexual assault thing.
This is my prediction. They're not gonna be Jim's babies.
Okay.
But Barbara's going to be like, Jim, you need to raise my kids because there's no one else I have. She doesn't have family.
But, like,
she's
they get
all
married.
Alone. Not necessarily
I
in
suppose.
this. This is its own universe.
I know.
They can do whatever the fuck they want.
Which they have, so
which
no
they
worries.
have. So like,
know, actually,
that's my theory. Is
like,
that it's gonna be Barbara's kid.
Yeah.
You know, like it's gonna be Barbara's kid.
She's gonna have a prison baby.
So she's gonna have, prison babies.
And then Jim is a good man, and so he's gonna take the kids.
So he's gonna take the kids because he feels he feels some guilt over what's happened to Barbara and all that kind of shit. And so like
and Dr. Tompkins is gonna be like, fuck that noise.
Yeah.
And leave him.
Yeah. Ooh, gossip.
Okay.
Gossip. Okay, so Jim and Dr. What's-her-face?
Dr. Tompkins, yeah.
Dr. Tompkins. In real life.
They're together, yeah.
Are an item. They announced this like 2 months ago. They're now having a baby together.
Yeah, no, I think I saw that. Don't really care, but whatever.
Yeah. I was just like, oh, they're together? Okay.
Yeah,
so,
that's how I found out too.
Yeah.
It was like earlier this week.
But
I think my only disappointment overall was that they didn't really move forward at all the whole what's in the basement thing with Bruce.
But see, I feel like they did.
They blew open the door and confirmed that it wasn't a fucking sex room because
that was
Alfred,
my favorite scene.
Alfred was like, I don't know what your father was into. He may have been into some dirty shit. We should probably not go down there.
You may not be ready to know some things.
You're not of the age of that thing. Like no,
I loved that. Where he was like trying to. Yeah.
It's my favorite part. It's the code and fucking secret passage porn library he's got in the basement.
But I feel like the letter that Thomas leaves is like the forward motion we have on
It's so vague though. It's like, just be a good man. It's not.
No, it's like, not be a good man. It's like, you can either be a good man and be miserable and unhappy, or you cannot follow the truth and be happy.
Right.
And you have to make that choice.
Right.
I feel like that right there I guess so.
It's
the theme
it's a defining
of the show.
It's a definition of Batman. Realistically, he chooses not to be happy. But I don't know. I feel like Batman finds some degree of happiness in the crime fighting. Like later,
contentedness.
Yeah,
not
okay,
happiness.
maybe.
But like they can't find the Batcave in the fucking premiere.
I don't want him to find the fucking Batcave in the premiere. Just any inclination as to what the fuck his father used that room for.
But that's they're not going to answer those questions. That's going to be
like, I feel like
that's going to be Bruce's mystery.
There was a magnifying glass, like a spy glass on the table. So I feel like that maybe like his father was like solving cold cases or some shit down there.
From like magnifying glass?
Well, I mean, like a detective magnifying glasses, like for detectives, it's a thing.
I know.
Like,
I know. No,
it is a thing.
It is a thing. It's
and they're like, it was on top of like files and shit.
It's absolutely a thing. It's just funny that you're like, no forward motion, but this magnifying glass makes it
maybe.
Okay.
Well, I just thought of it. Maybe.
But anyway, that's going to be Bruce's mystery for this season. So they're not going to give us any answers.
Yeah.
It's like giving away the killer in the first episode or something.
I suppose.
They're just not.
Well, that's sometimes a very interesting bit of television is you know who the killer is and then you figure out how the fuck they're going to kill him for the rest of the season. Look at how much you love Hannibal. Suck it.
There's a lot more going on.
I understand. I'm just saying there's a lot that could go on. It's fucking Batman.
I
honestly
would not compare
the
writing of Gotham to the writing of Hannibal.
But it could, right? They could get some good writers, maybe, and fucking rescue the show.
Maybe.
I don't know. I mean, I feel like it was a really strong episode. I think it was
strong.
It was much stronger than
any episode of last
basically
season.
any episode of last season, with the possible exception of the end of when Barbara actually goes nuts and kills her parents. Like those were a good couple episodes, and I actually liked not Sylvester Stallone, whose name I don't remember.
Peter
Just
Petrelli
that guy.
from
Yeah,
Heroes.
Peter Petrelli from Heroes.
Speaking of Peter
Heroes,
Petrelli. Did you like it?
Yeah, it was good stuff. Yeah, so we watched Heroes Reborn, and it was exactly the same as Heroes has ever been, except instead of what's his face, Noah Bennett killing everybody, it's now Chuck is killing all the people, and he's married to crazy English woman.
Yeah.
Who, like, is like gun crazy.
Yeah.
Which is kind of always a little bit funny to me, like that English people would be gun crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess you just
you've never
had it before, and then you put it in your hand, and you're like, power,
gun fever.
Still my episode. That's still my favorite episode of that show.
It is. It's a
I
good
love.
episode.
I love Sunny.
My thing. Okay, first off, there's a character that can magically go into a video game for who knows.
That's got to be Hero's daughter or something, or like niece or some shit.
I'm gonna tell you a theory I read online in just a second. Animation, fucking awful.
Holy shit! It was so bad.
So distractingly bad.
So bad.
Go.
There are like studios out there that specifically make game trailers. Mm-hmm. Literally, that is all they fucking do. And they didn't hire them. Like, this shit is... It made
me think... Have you ever seen, like, those crazy, like, reenactments of things from, like, Asian news?
Yeah.
That's what it made me think of.
I was thinking, like... You probably don't remember the cinematics from Warcraft 1. Because it was, like, in the 90s. It was pretty much on par with those. Like, Warcraft 2 had better cinematics. Warcraft 2, that came out in 1999, had a better graphical cinematic representation of its characters, cartoony characters at that, than this fucking video game.
Well, okay.
It was fucking terrible.
So, when I was reading reviews today, two things came up about this. That plot line was basically all anybody could talk about because it was so distractingly terrible. One person was like, why didn't they just shoot, like, real people and put, like, a shiny filter over it? And be like, his graphics were so amazing. They looked like real people. And we would have accepted that. The current theory, and this is, I guess, spoilery if people are smarter than the writers. The current theory is that it is not the girl that has the superpower, but her father. And that, like, he has, like, reverse Tron'd her. Like, he has written her. He's
imbued the sword with, maybe, the ability to do the things that he is. Well, because our father's in the game, too.
Yeah, but, like, somehow he's gotten sucked in the game and the bad guys have got him. But that he created her and then created her in the real world. Oh. Like, he created her as a character.
Yeah, so she's actually a video game character that has been brought to life, not a person in a video game.
Because, like, when we first see her, she's sitting in a room, and then she interacts with someone, and she becomes self-aware, and, like, enters her father's study that she's never been in before, and she never left the apartment before, and so I was like, that makes sense.
It would be a lot more interesting than...
I do not know if the writers are that smart, because it's still the original writers. And we did not stick to the end of Heroes.
No, once the carnival... I think I made it through, like, halfway through the carnival season. Mostly because I think Jessica, at the time, was still going to conferences or something like that for school. Or I don't remember what the... But, like, I was on my own and there was nothing else to watch. So I, just watched that out of habit, almost.
I only watched a couple of episodes of it.
You stopped when Sylar killed Elle.
Yeah,
you were like, done.
Fuck this.
This could have been the best bit.
Because, well, the thing, and I'm going to get on a rant again. You can't...
She's been holding it in for like 5 years.
No, this is just a general storytelling rant that a lot of shows do. But Heroes is just a very egregious example of it. You cannot... Walking Dead being the other one, Rick. You cannot create a story... It is not good storytelling. You can do it, but it's not good storytelling. To create a character arc and then be like, fuck it, we were kidding, and then bring them back to point A. And that's absolutely what they did with Sylar. Like, he started out as this mustache-twirling villain.
He didn't even, slowly deteriorate. It was like a snap, and it was done.
Like... we spent a whole season watching him kind of
grow and become
his issues and become
a good character.
Yeah. And
if not good, lawful good, interesting.
Yeah.
Finally.
He finally had some depth and some motivation.
Yeah.
And then he was like, like he literally basically was like, fuck it.
Yeah.
And killed her. And I was like, that's it. I'm
super
done.
disappointing.
Done.
So yeah. I don't think either of us really liked Heroes that much. Overall, like, other than Gotham, which is really amazing to say, it was an overall kind of not great week for television.
Yeah.
I think maybe the golden age is coming to an end.
Well, also all the good shows aren't premiering yet.
Yeah, no.
That's my theory. They're doing all the like mid-level shows a couple of weeks before all the heavy hitters come back to hopefully
get people to
watch them.
Thing. Yeah.
So.
All right. Well, that's the end of the TV segment.
Yeah.
I'm gonna pull up this article because I read it like a week ago. It is in Time Magazine, so I was pretty happy. Yeah. It's actually a legit source.
I just read it.
Okay, so good. So you want to talk us through it real quick? Because I don't remember the details now.
Scroll back up so I can see your name.
The thing that made me smile the most, she's
McGonagall.
Professor McGonagall fucking did a video game study.
Yeah.
I guess while she was a cat on somebody's internet. Like, yeah, she's an internet cat. She's an internet cat. Professor McGonagall, the internet cat. That's how she knows so much about video games. That's my theory.
So anyway,
I'm sure Jane McGonagall, who was the woman who actually did this research, or at least presented the research.
Yeah. No, she did the research.
Yeah. Yeah, that poor fucking woman. Like, she must hate J.K. Rowling.
No. I'm sorry. If someone's gonna be like, hey, your name's like this... Minerva McGonagall is like a fucking badass. There are much worse characters you could be named after.
Imagine, like, I am currently living this annoyance, right? So, a guy who has the same name as me minus one L is a fucking professional quarterback, and he now plays for the Dallas Cowboys. We live in San Antonio, which is where the fucking Cowboys, do nothing, but they're the football team for this area. Like, they're. No, Houston's closer. Well, fuck the Texans, apparently, because Cowboys, yay.
Because we all remember our childhood when they were good. And they were God's team.
Fuck God. No, not fuck God. No. I meant to say fuck God's team. Fuck the Dallas Cowboys. And Matt Castle. Matt Castle, I'm sure, is a dickhead. But it's annoying. Like, I've had so many people walk up to me in the last 2 weeks, like, you messed up my fucking my fantasy league, my draft. What the fuck, man? And I'm like, what the? Like, for the first week, I was like, what the fuck are you talking about? I have no idea, because I don't do the sports ball. I don't do the footballs or the soccer balls. I vaguely do baseball, like just enough to get by with that one guy at work who talks to me about the Giants. That's it. Like, nothing. I know Cole Hamels traded to the Rangers mostly because Jessica's family is from Dallas, and they were like, hey, he played for the Phillies.
Well, they traded him again.
What?
Like, he's not for the Rangers anymore.
Hadn't even heard.
Yeah.
Anyway.
So this lady
who shares a name with a cool person. Just like that football player.
She's created a game. She had a traumatic brain injury. And was suffering from depression, so she created a game to kind of help her cope with that. And so she's done a study, and through MRI imaging and that kind of stuff, as people are playing a game, parts of their brain are highlighted and active that are not active when you're in midst of a depressive episode. So because it gives you, like, when you're in a depressive episode, the hope center, that sounds cheesy, but basically the ones that, like, can look forward and be like, I will one day feel better than this. Just don't fucking work. Yeah. Just don't fucking work.
And here's one of the quotes.
Yeah.
When we play video games, we have a real sense of optimism in our abilities and our opportunities to get better and succeed, and more physical and mental energy to engage with difficult problems, which is super true, right? Like, when you're playing a video game, there's a way you can succeed. Yeah. You know it.
Even if you have to watch the YouTube tutorial.
Yeah. Even if you have to watch YouTube, it's a matter of execution still at that point, and you still feel good, even if you had to fucking watch a tutorial and walk through, because I've done it like fucking all the time. I did it.
Okay.
But
good so it's the hippocampus.
Yeah.
So motivation and goal orientation.
So I mean, setting. I mean, but think about it. It's what they tell you repeatedly. If you think about it, right? Video game is effectively you setting short-term goals and achieving them, and you do it in rapid succession, which makes you feel good, right? Like it's 100% like the best reinforcement for a positive attitude. I always feel good after I play a game. Like I do.
No, I'm saying.
I mean, unless I've like given up because I've died horribly like 100 times.
For me, that is not always the case.
You are bad at video games.
I am bad at
You are very bad at video games. I still feel like you haven't found your like key genre yet, and I think it's because you haven't played any Telltale games. I think you would be really into Telltale games.
I think part of it is because I was burnt. So like I just got so fucking angry at the end of Heavy Rain.
Oh yeah.
That I was fuck storytelling games. Because that's bad storytelling too.
But like,
you're not gonna get on that.
Yeah. You should play The Walking Dead. I think I might have gifted that to you.
You did. You gifted it to me. So
I think I actually might have. I think I found that in my gift inventory this week. I was going through my gift inventory because I purchased the Steam Link and the controller, which I'm really excited for. I'll probably do a quickie review on that when we get it in.
Yeah.
I think the thing I'm the most interested to see is can I play a game that's not actually on Steam? So like I bought Witcher 3 on GOG because it was like way cheaper, and they had a thing with CD Projekt Red, right, which is the developer of that game. So I got it for like $20 cheaper on launch day.
Awesome.
And so, like, if I add the game to my Steam library, can I still launch it through that? I don't know. I sure hope so.
That would be
cool. It would be super
awesome.
Anyway, so I mean, like, we're currently looking for games to play for Extra Life. I think Witcher 3 is on my list. I still want to play The Last of Us. I've been saying I'm going to finish The Last of Us for like the last 2 fucking years for Extra Life. But like inevitably something happens. Like last year my mother had all of her toes cut the fuck off on that day.
Yeah, that was exciting.
It was a good day, let me tell you. And so The Last of Us kind of just didn't happen that day.
Yeah.
Plus I'm not entirely sure that would be a good idea late in the day. It would be like I tried to play a story-driven first-person shooter at like 2 a.m. and it was a bad idea. I almost fell asleep.
I think I might give in to the Five Nights at Freddy's thing and do that at 2 a.m.
We should do a little drinking too.
That's probably what I'm... No, because if I drink, I'll fall asleep. That's my thing.
True enough.
That's my thing.
You'll be hot.
Yeah. Yeah.
So play video games. They make you feel good. Imagine that. And last, and I guess probably least...
I can just leave the room for this part.
Well, like it's a valid discussion, right? It's a.
No, I'm just saying you have so much to say on this topic.
I don't. I mean, I've said it enough times today that I think I'm not going to say everything I've said up to this point.
Okay.
So I guess what was it, last week or the week before last? Destiny: The Taken King came out, which is the first major expansion to Destiny, which came out a year ago, right? It's had 2 DLCs, so at this point, in theory, best case scenario, if you bought Destiny at launch, you paid $60 for Destiny Vanilla, right?
Yep.
You paid at least $35 for the DLC for the two minor expansions that just added raids and added no other content than raids.
Yeah.
It like didn't increase the level cap. In fact, you could get to the level cap without having purchased those at all because I did.
Yeah.
Just playing Crucible. And so when they went to sell Destiny, The Taken King, they bundled it all together and you could not purchase the only way you could purchase The Taken King independently is if you had previously purchased both DLCs and the vanilla game. If you had not purchased the other 2 DLCs, then you purchased that as well as the original game, as well as the expansion for $60. So, I've paid $120 for a singular game at this point because.
Okay, let's rewind. You paid $60.
Ollie, our son while I was downloading PlayStation Plus, I was downloading our PlayStation Plus games, and yeah, he bought the expansion for me while we weren't looking. And PlayStation has not the greatest return policy on digital.
So we've now put parental control.
So yeah, I now require passwords for all purchases, which I'm sure will be really annoying when I go to get my free PlayStation Plus shit next week.
Yeah.
But whatever. So yeah, I got a game. I got yay, thank you, son. So far he spent more money than our daughter.
Yeah.
So anyway, yeah. So I wasn't actually planning on buying the Taken King at all, because my primary time spent within Destiny is just playing Crucible. I mean, it's kind of I wanted to play for 10 minutes. I can throw it away. I don't care. I can be satisfied and have played for 10 minutes, mm-hmm. right? And Crucible is like the PvP, just whatever, like Call of Duty, right? And so, yeah, I wasn't going to buy it. And then I did. And I'm not gonna lie, like, the storytelling is better, substantially better. They've added a quest system, which helps a lot in directing the leveling experience overall. Mm-hmm. The story is much better. It's still really, really short. Like, like, I think I started with my Warlock. I played for like an hour one night, and I got through the first mission and the second mission where you get your new superpower, which is lightning for the just lightning for the Warlock, which I like because I wanted to be the Dark Lord of the Sith. If I had to be anything in this fucking game, I'm going to be a goddamn Sith. And so, fucking, yeah. And so then Saturday rolls around, Jessica's at MonsterCon, and the kids were napping. Our daughter stayed with Jessica at the con, so I had a couple hours to myself. Played about 2 hours of Destiny while the boy napped. And then after they went to bed that night, I probably played for like 2 hours more, right? Because it was like 10 o'clock. Yeah. It was still like 10 or 10:30. And they go to bed around 7:30, 8 o'clock. So all told, like 5 hours I've played this game with this one character. I've beat the fucking single player campaign, which I feel like is kind of shitty anyway, right? Yeah. Like, I would compare, my immediate comparison of this game would be World of Warcraft, right? Yeah. Which has a very different model. Granted, you do have to buy all the previous things, but they come fucking almost unbelievable. Like, they usually come cheap, and when the new expansion comes out, they come bundled. And frankly, if you're at this point in the game, we're like 5 expansions deep now? It was like that. TBC, Lich King, Cataclysm, Mist of Pandaria, Warlords of Draenor. This new one, Legion, will be the 6th. Mm-hmm. If you've played this long, you've probably fucking owned this game before, because it's been out for goddamn 10 years, right? Yeah. Plus, I think the base game is actually free now. But yeah. Anyway, like, the way they have the pricing structure, it's just like such a money grab, it feels like. Mm-hmm. Like, the price of their content for the amount of content that you're getting is very unbalanced. And while I'm not going to deny that this game is fun as shit, like the shooting mechanics are really good, the storytelling is much better. They got Nathan Fillion had always been a voice actor for the game, but he was basically not featured at all, and I wasn't even aware that he was in the goddamn game until he plays until this thing. Larger role. He's like the primary quest giver for the whole fucking thing. And he plays Captain Mal, which is fucking perfect, because that's forever what Nathan Fillion will be for me, is Captain Mal. Like, what they really should have done is they should have got the Titan guy to be Alex Baldwin. Isn't it Alex Baldwin? No.
Alec?
No. Jane. His name is Baldwin, but I can't remember what the hell his first name is now.
I can't either.
They should have got the Titan to be him. That would have been funny shit. Like, it would have been great. Like, and then have the female Warlock be Zoe. Fucking right. That's right. The brown coats fucking running the tower of the Guardians. Fuck yeah, that makes me like a little bit. That makes me more disappointed that that's not a thing. So anyway, yeah. I mean, if you bought it first year, yeah, I mean, you probably already bought it anyway. You probably already bought the expansion anyway. The expanded Crucible list is pretty nice. I mean, I don't know. I don't feel like it's a $120 game at this point because all the shit that they fixed in The Taken King has made it a complete game to me. Like, it was just a...
This is the game
it was just like... It was like a $6... It was a $60 beta before, and now it's fucking fixed. Like, now it's good. Now it's where it should have been when we first fucking got it. And, I mean, you know, it's good that lesson learned, but at the same time, we're paying for that lesson, and it's not Bungie that's paying for the lesson. But yeah, if you purchased first year and you play nothing but Crucible like I did, you probably don't want to buy this game because it's not like the new power sets are not worth it. They're effectively just reskins of old power sets. In fact, they're mostly just variations on the Blade Dancer, which is fun as shit, and you should play that anyway and just not fucking pay $60 to get the 3 new ones. And then, but if you haven't owned Destiny before, fucking buy it because it is pretty fucking good. It's like the hype is actually pretty true for Taken King at least. It's worth $60. It's not worth 120. But at the end of the day, money spent. I had fun. I'm gonna keep playing. I mean, like I might actually. I have a couple friends who actually play and do raids and stream and stuff during the week. I might try and do some of that with them sometimes, just for fun. But I think that's it. I think that's all we have for this week. If you guys have any stories you'd like us to talk about in the future, I clicked it. If you guys have any questions for us you'd like to, you know, have us answer on the next stream or stream, whatever, let us know on the next podcast. Check out our Facebook, and you can catch us on Twitter. I'm at BearMonk1.
And I'm at Cerebral Lunch.
I'm the only active one though. Let's be real.
Yeah, I'm not very active on Twitter.
And but yeah, thanks. We'll see you guys next week.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye.